Chapters 7 and 12, Lines, Angles, and Parallel Lines, by Kayleigh and Veronica.
Acute angles. An acute angle is less than 90 degrees. A fun way to remember what an acute angle is that it's cute.
Right angles. Measure equals 90 degrees exactly. A fun way to remember this is that you can't be right without a right angle.
Obtuse angles. Greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. I'm not being obtuse, but you are a cute girl.
Straight equals to 180 degrees. This is a straight line. This represents 180 degrees. A pencil could be a straight line.
Adjacent angle. When two angles share a common side and have the same vertex. Angle 1 and angle 2 are not adjacent since they do not share a common vertex. Angle 2 and angle 3 are not adjacent since angle 3 overlaps angle 2. Angle 4 and angle 2 are adjacent because they share vertex A and there is no overlapping.
Vertical angles. When opposite angles are formed by the intersection of two lines, vertical angles are also congruent angles. A and B are vertical angles because they are on opposite sides. C and D are vertical angles because they are on opposite sides. You can't have vertical angles when they're next to each other.
Congruent angles. Angles that have the same measurement. Angle A and angle B are congruent because they both have a measure of 48 degrees.
Complementary angles. Formed when the sum of two angles is 90 degrees. B and A, 30 and 60, equal 90 degrees. Therefore, they are complementary.
Supplementary angles. Supplementary angles are formed when the sum of two angle measures is 180 degrees. 120 plus 60 equals 180 degrees. Therefore, that is a supplementary pair of angles.
Question time. What does supplementary mean? Complementary? Is this supplementary or complementary? Here are the answers.
This is a cool and fun way to remember supplementary and complementary angles. Supplementary equals 180 degrees, and you can make an 8 out of the S. Complementary equals 90 degrees, and you can make a 9 with the C.
What is a protractor? A protractor is a tool you can use to measure an angle. This is what a protractor looks like, but without a turtle. And this is a real protractor. Now we're going to show you how to find an angle measure using a protractor. You take the protractor and you're going to stick the dot, the circle, on the tip of the triangle. Then you're going to follow the line of the triangle all the way up to the degrees. It seems this degrees is 46 degrees, because right here is the 46 degree sign, so therefore this is 46 degrees. This angle, 46 degrees. You would do the same to find the other two angles. I'll do that and you continue.
Here are the measures of the other two angles. Interior angles, the four angles that are formed on the inside of the parallel lines. The pink and blue semicircles represent the four interior angles. The orange and green semicircles represent the four interior angles.
Exterior angles, the four angles formed on the outside of the parallel lines. The green and red are exterior angles, and the red and blue are the exterior angles. It can also be on a triangle.
Examples in seeing interior and exterior angles.
Transversal line, the line that intersects two or more parallel lines. This intersects through these two parallel lines.
Parallel lines, lines that are straight and do not cross at any point and can continue forever, without coming to a point and touching. Those are all parallel lines. Can you pick which one is not a parallel line? This triangle does not represent a parallel line. They come to a point and they are not parallel. Real-life examples of parallel lines.
You may see them in the railroad tracks, on street lines,
Even on a fence.
congruent sides. They have the same length. These two sides have the same length, while these two sides have the same length. These two, and these two. These two, and these two. When you see all one, that represents that they're all the same. All the same. You will see these when you're trying to find angles.
You may have noticed that this figure right here does not have congruent sides. That is a trapezoid. None of the sides are the same length.
Thanks!
Hope that you learned a lot and had fun while learning it. By Kayleigh and Veronica.
Is that